And it is time for our Mac Track. And all the way from Houston, Texas is tonight's Mac Track. And I'm talking about Sawdust Road. And joining us from Sawdust Road is not just one nor two. We have everybody except we've lost the bass player. How you going, guys?
Good.
Hey.
Doing awesome.
Doing awesome. And of course, we have Michelle, Lauren. Happy birthday, Lauren. It is your birthday today. John, Henry, and David. That is a big lot to have in on one go.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
So tell us a little bit about Sawdust Road. How long have you guys been playing and how did you all get together?
The band has been together for about 2 years now. However, not with the current members. Kind of started out with Bill and Michelle, and they were looking for a guitar player to work with them, and I answered an ad and immediately fell in love with Michelle's voice and Bill's style on the bass. There's nobody like either of them. And so I jumped on board with them, and we spent almost 2 years going through drummer after drummer, other guitar player after guitar player, and the same with the keyboards, and we could never find the people that were the right fit. And, you know, just recently we had secured John Lang on guitar, and then we secured Henry on keyboards, went through a couple more drummers, and then found David, and it was a perfect fit. And so as a whole, the way we are now, we've been together for maybe 6 months, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so it's only fairly new.
And so in 6 months, we timed up the original songs and hit the studio and have an album out.
So you say you've all been together, this lot have been together for 6 months, and you've got a new album out. So does that mean you've all got together in that 6 months and written all together, or have we got separate ones from before then?
Yeah, this is Henry. We put a new album out. A lot of the songs were written by Bill and Jay and Michelle.
Oh, okay,
And so we've been doing some new writing. There's a track on the album that has John and myself as well on one of them. But we've been doing some new songs. Looking forward to getting another album out.
Yep.
And
halfway there.
Yeah, we're halfway there. It's great when you get all the kind of the ingredients together and you have a great recipe for success.
Mm-hmm. Yes. It creates a kind of magic. You can take 5, 6 fantastic musicians and put them in a room together, and sure, they're going to be able to play. But when you have the right musicians that just click with each other, it's magic. It almost makes it easy.
Well, we might play some If Wishes Were Kisses now.
Well, we played that one last week.
Oh, okay.
So I reckon we need to do a bit of attitude playing now. So how about we do Cowgirl Attitude?
See, I get overruled.
Well, we played that one last week. At least it's nice to know you're getting airplay in Australia.
We don't mind. You can play it as often as you like.
All right, here's Cowgirl Attitude with Sawdust Road, and we'll be back to catch up a little bit more with the guys shortly. All right, that's Cowgirl Attitude and Sawdust Road. What we're trying to do is find out a little bit more about these acts, because it doesn't matter where you are, you're trying to get airplay. There's only so many songs can be played by so many artists, so we thought we'd find out a little bit more about each individual and have a bit of a chat to each one. So who are we going to start with, Trace?
Well, how about we start with the drummer. The poor old drummer never really gets a big chance out there. So come on, Dave, tell us a little bit about David and your influences and how you got to where you are today.
Well, I think growing up in California and being introduced to soul, a little bit of R&B, funk, and of course rock and roll, actually helped prepare me for the diversity that this band's able to create as far as its songs, because I'm able to apply all those styles into the songs that we're collaborating on and putting together today. I mean, it's kind of like being in the right place at the right time. I'm glad these guys found me, because I was actually reaching a point where I was about ready to put the drums in the closet and just, leave it at that. But they kind of pulled me out of mothballs.
Okay, so we have Mothball David on drums.
Mothball David.
Okay, well, we're going to find out what nickname we can get for the keyboardist, because we're talking to Henry now. So, Henry, what have been your some influences?
It's interesting. If you took my iPod from me and you went and you looked at it, you'd find like 1,400 songs and about 1,200 different artists. I'm more of a song guy than I am
an album guy or a band guy. I just, when music touches you, it touches you. So I have a very eclectic mix of music, and actually just was out playing an open mic one night and ran into Michelle, and she's like, "Hey, we have this band, we have this project," and I actually said no the first time she asked, and then kind of kicked myself in the head for doing that, and then I called her back a week later and said, "Hey, can we talk a little more?" And it just worked out. It's amazing to be able to play with Jay and John and Bill, and be able to sing alongside Michelle and have a great backbone in David in this band. So I'm just pleased as punch that I can be with these guys.
We're talking to the girl and the guys from Sawdust Road, and now we thought we might hear from John on the rhythm.
Hi there.
And what about you? Have you got an assorted background of music, or what was your influences?
I pretty much am a 70s rock guy all the way. I grew up with Aerosmith and Montrose, Foreigner, all that kind of stuff. I moved to Houston here a couple of years ago, and I looked and looked and looked for a band, couldn't find anybody, and then I saw this ad that Michelle and them had put for a guitar player, and I responded to it. They didn't respond back. I responded again. They didn't respond back. I was pretty persistent. I finally bugged them enough that they couldn't get rid of me, so they tried me out, and of course, the rest is history. But so really, country wasn't my main thing, but country now really has so many rock influences to it that I feel like the two have really kind of melded together, and I like the direction that it goes.
You hear some people now, someone said to me the other day, you take out some of the Fleetwood Mac or the Boston music from the 70s, and it's a bit like country today, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
Michelle.
Really
Well, you know what we should do, what we might do, I know we played it before, but how about we have another quick break and we'll play If Wishes Were Kisses. We can play that one again now, and then we'll come back and have another chat. Still got half a band to get through.
Okay, here we go. Wishes Were Kisses, Sawdust Road.
Well, if wishes were kisses and if wishes were birthday candles, we are talking to Lauren now he's our lead guitarist from Sawdust Road. Lauren, what's been your influences over your musical career, and how did you get involved with the band?
I've been playing since I was 15, and I've pretty much my whole life been playing in a heavy metal band. The first metal band I was in had a lot of success over in Europe. Actually had a gold album by the time I was 20, I think. But during this time of playing heavy metal, I was also listening to Neil Diamond and John Denver in the closet, because it was not cool to listen to that and play in a heavy metal band. And I put music away for 20 years while I raised my kids, and moved out here to Houston 4 years ago, wanted to get back into the music scene, and I couldn't find anybody that wanted to do originals. Everybody wanted to play tributes or covers. I was, a lot like Dave. I told my wife, I'm just going to put the guitar away because there isn't anybody out here that wants to play, unless they're copying somebody else's music. And a couple days later, my wife walked in and handed me an ad that Michelle and Bill had put out looking for a guitar player. And I decided, let's give it a shot. And she goes, it's country. And I said, I don't give a damn what it is. But they said they wanted to do original music, and so I jumped on it. And I kind of went out there with the attitude that if this happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. I really didn't care until Michelle started to sing. And then when Bill started playing, it's like, holy cow, these guys really have it. And I gave him an original song that I had written to learn, and Michelle just completely knocked it out of the park, and that was the song All I Need. And at that point, there's no way they were going to get rid of me. So they've taken a heavy metal guitar player and molded him into a /country guitar player. It's kind of been like learning to play the guitar all over again. But I'm having a ball, and I've never been this excited to be in a band. I feel like I'm 17, 18 years old again when I play with these guys. So,
well,
awesome.
if it's good enough for Led Zeppelin to reinvent themselves, or some of them to reinvent themselves as country, why not you?
exactly.
All
And
right,
I've really enjoyed it. I
Well,
want to take this to the top.
Absolutely.
for sure. Okay, well, we're going to skip because we have MIA Bill on bass there, and we're going to go straight through to Michelle on lead vocals. So, Michelle, you are one brave girl taking on 5 guys in a band.
Actually, you should be saying that to them. They put up with me.
I'm on your side.
I'm a little bit of a handful, but
It's a good handful.
but I tell you what, I've played with a few bands in my life, and I had an opportunity to go somewhere right out of college. I played with a country band in college, and gave it up. I got my MRS degree, which basically was a momship, and I was like Jay. I raised my kiddos and kind of gave up doing anything like that, and just kind of put a dream on the shelf for a little while. And Bill said, you gotta think about going back into country and doing that, because I did some Christian rock for about 7-8 years and toured with that. But tried this again and put out an ad, and I tell you, I couldn't, and I was thinking about this the other day, I couldn't think of anybody that I would want to play with. If you give me an opportunity to play with, if you will, quote unquote, famous artists, or, could you play with anyone? And someone's asked me that recently, and I would have to tell them, no, I don't want to play with anybody else. These are the people these are my guys, and I am so extremely proud to be able to sing along these professionals, and the talent that's in this group is extraordinary, and they make me better. They make me want to be better. And we try new things. We try a little bit of the 70s thing. We try a little bit of the rock thing. We do the country thing at the same time, and kind of mish it all together, kind of like Play-Doh. And, we form what we have as a unique sound with Sawdust Road. And I don't think it's out there. Anybody else is doing this. They're trying to copy someone else or whatever, and we're just blazing a trail, and we call it Sawdust Road. And I cannot be more proud than to be in this group of people. So,
Well,
yeah, family.
A big congratulations goes there, because the sound that we're getting the sound over here, and it's fantastic. But for all our Aussie listeners and abroad, I suppose we are streaming live. But anyone who's trying to get a hold of your music, how can they do that?
Well, we have several sites. You can go straight to our website, which is www.sawdustroad.net. That's our website. You can also catch us on Reverb Nation, if you so happen to have a Reverb Nation or not. And that's reverbnation.com/Sawdust Road. Or if you happen to have a Facebook account, and we hope you do, come on there and like us, and we'll like you right back. That's facebook.com/Sawdust Road. So it's easy peasy, just if you're looking at Sawdust Road. Yeah, and our material, that's right. Jay just reminded me that our stuff is on iTunes. Our music is on iTunes, so that's kind of cool. And CD Baby, and so you can there's lots of places. You just look up Sawdust Road, you'll find us. I promise you.
There's no excuses, folks. You've got to get hold of some Sawdust Road. I'll tell you the one thing that struck from this conversation with you guys tonight is that it's music first, the love of music first, and a genre second.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't. I guess you can't really put us in a cookie cutter mold.
No.
And with a lot of the labels, the record labels want you to every song you do needs to sound the same, stay in that one particular genre, and we write a song, if we feel strongly enough about it, we're going to record it.
Well, the main thing we do here is we like to support our indie artists, so home or abroad. Thanks for joining us, guys, and we'd love to catch up with you again.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.